The average household uses 17% of their electricity for air conditioning. And that would mean the average household uses 1,870 kilowatt hours per year for air conditioning. If that average household plugged in electric cars, do you know how much more electricity they would use in comparison to the air conditioning that air conditions their whole house?
No, but again, I would emphasize it will be less.
Let me help you
overall.
with that first before we go on, because the numbers are important. It would take 4 times as much electricity to charge the average household's cars as the average household uses on air conditioning. Do you think that could be? So if we reach the goal by 2030 that Biden has of 50% adoption instead of 100% adoption, that means the average household would use twice as much electricity charging one of their cars as they would use for all of the air conditioning that they use for the entire year.
Quite a line of questioning, no? Joining me now, the great congressman from the state of Kentucky, Thomas Massie. Congressman, facts, these communists just always seem to run up against them, and boy, they don't know what to say. They start stuttering and trying to filibuster their way out of it. It's quite enjoyable to watch, I have to say.
Well, I love numbers. You know, I went to MIT, and even the buildings there are named after numbers. Every class is a number there. So that's what I brought to Congress with me. The other thing people don't know, most people don't know, is I live off the grid. I have to produce all of my own electricity, and I've owned an electric car for 10 years. So it literally comes down to that sometimes in our house. We have to decide, are we going to charge the car or are we going to run the air conditioning? So I don't think that's a choice that a lot of people are ready to make or have to make, and the government's not telling them that.
Something else the government isn't telling them, and it is, look, it's a point that's been made 1,000 times. I don't want to act like it's my original point, but people, do they genuinely think this electricity just magically falls down from the sky somewhere? You talk about all these electric cars. That means you need coal and natural gas and oil to actually power the electric car. Do they not get it, or are they just lying?
Well, that's why I have Friends of Coal license plates on my electric car, because even though I can charge it at my house with solar panels and drive part of the way to D.C., I have to stop in West Virginia and charge it with coal. So here's the other thing, Jesse. Some people, as a rebuttal to my interaction there with Secretary Buttigieg, have said, well, Massie's not taking into account that you could charge the car at night and run your air conditioner in the day when the heating, is so great from... And I'm like, but wait, the solar panels don't work at night. This is exactly what we're talking about, the distribution of electricity. The grid is not ready for it. And I asked Secretary Buttigieg if he thought the grid was going to be ready. He said it needs to be. You got to go listen to what he said. He didn't say it will be. He said it needs to be. And I said, I'm not talking about your needs or wants or wishes. I'm talking about engineering, not the political science.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, Che Guevara, the latest episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.